Bobbie.
Yeah.
And so Bobbie is how I go, but
Rob is a great name for a girl.
but my very closest little circle of friends call me Rob. Okay. Excuse me, how many minutes do we get?
7.
Very good.
Do you want me to give you a 2 and a 1?
A 2 and a 1 is fine, yes. Okay. Seen this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Leslie, you're rolling, correct? Yes, sir. Okay. Bobbie, it's all yours.
Well, we're just getting acquainted here. You are Robert, known as Rob Pattinson. I am Roberta, known as Bobbie, but also known as Rob. So the two Robs here. Welcome to Dallas.
Thank you very much.
Twilight, of course, we have not seen yet. We've just seen little clips. But we do know that you play a vampire. How is your vampire different from other vampires we may have seen on the screen?
Kind of different in every way other than being called a vampire. They don't have fangs, which is kind of a key thing. They don't, well, my vampire doesn't feed on human blood. They can go out in the daytime. They don't sleep in coffins. They don't have any garlic issues. No stake through the heart problems. Like virtually every kind of stereotype of vampires in Twilight is abandoned. Literally every single one.
But what are the characteristics of him then?
The characteristics are that they can pretty much, well, they are undead, which, well, or they're dead, which is kind of the key thing. They're eternal, and basically he feeds on animal blood, but it makes you weaker than all the other vampires in the Twilight universe who feed on human blood. And they can go in the sun and not die, but their skin turns into a kind of diamond formation. It's kind of, their entire skin goes hard and turns into diamonds. That's pretty much their characteristics.
What kind of makeup did they put on you?
The makeup was quite simple. I mean, they were just very pale because we have to. All the vampires they live within human society, and so there's something slightly different about them. They have. So we're just a lot paler. They use an airbrush, a fine airbrush, for the paleness, and we had kind of strange contact lenses, which kind of work with the color of your eye to make something very, very subtle. But if you look, if light shone on the contacts, they kind of went into. I can't think of the word, but it's just kind of very, very unusual. But it's only. But if you look down, you're in the shade. It just looks like you have kind of brown, light brown eyes. And if you look up, they go completely bizarre. So that was kind of the extent of the makeup.
Was it a fun role to do?
It was. It was hard because it's in a lot of ways you're playing two parts at the same time. You're playing the vampire side of things, which is supposed to be in a lot of ways frightening, but at the same time you're just playing a love story over the top, and it's just a pure love story, and that's what essentially the film is. So it was kind of hard.
And of course, based on the series of books by Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
Now she has other books. Have you already been committed in case there are more movies?
I'm committed theoretically to the first 3, depending on how this one does. So yeah, and because the 4th one hadn't come out when I did my deal, which is the first 3.
I have read and heard that the actor you admire very much is Jack Nicholson. True?
That is true, yeah.
If you could, have you ever met him?
I haven't. I nearly did about a week ago. So I was very, very close to meeting him, and then I didn't.
What were the circumstances?
Just at some awards ceremony, very, I don't know, I didn't have the guts to go up to him, so yeah, but that was annoying.
I bet the next time you have the opportunity, he'll come to you. He will seek you out.
I doubt it.
No, but if you could talk with him, where you really could talk more than just, oh, I admire you, what would you ask him, or what would you say?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of those people who I don't know. It's such a separation between someone's work and their actual, their personal life. And I have such a kind of affinity with his work. I wouldn't want to break it, I guess. I'd be scared of my opinion of him changing. So I probably wouldn't say too much. Probably ask for an autograph.
This is a copy of Entertainment Magazine, and it's a huge spread, 7 pages. And I take it you have read it.
I haven't read it, actually. I remember the interview very well, because I really liked the interviewer, but I haven't actually read it yet. I tried not to read anything or look at anything I've done.
Well, you're creating a Beatlemania kind of excitement, especially among young girls. And also in this story, it says, if I can flip it over here, it says that one of the things, I don't know if you remember saying it, but one of the things is that you kept proposing to Kristen Stewart. You're laughing, Rob.
I've been asked this so many times. They would have to have that bit as as the highlighted text. I don't actually remember doing it. Kristen told me that I did. I don't remember.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, I know, repeatedly. That's like very intense, especially on set when we're working as well. I can't remember one instance of it. I can imagine doing it, but I just can't actually remember specifically actually doing it. But no. But Kristen, yeah, she's very much marriage material. But I can't actually remember proposing.
And she has a steady boyfriend.
Yeah, I know.
Or at least
I never think about that. So
that doesn't stop
acting.
you. If you knew before you signed on that this Beatlemania, this absolutely teenage girls going crazy, causing near riots and things, if you had known all of that was going to break, Rob, would you still have gone for the role?
Yeah, I mean, I went for the role not really knowing entirely what it was even then, and I only really wanted to do it because I liked the mood in the audition, and I thought we could, I thought in a lot of ways it could break down preconceptions about teen films, and so that they don't have to be absolute lowest common denominator stupidness. And so I kind of went into it with that attitude, and I had, and now, because I've already shot the film, the hype about it afterwards, it doesn't really affect me, it doesn't go into my brain, so I guess I would have done it. I mean, it's been a great thing for my career, and it's been a sort of an unusual ride. I had no idea any of this was
And it's
gonna
just
happen.
starting.
Yeah, the movie hasn't even come out yet.
Well, Rob, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I have a feeling that, God willing, I'll be talking with you again and again.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for coming to Dallas and giving us this opportunity.
No problem.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Quick shot of the cover real quick.
Yeah,
Bob.
now just stay where you are. Okay,
Tilt it towards you, Bobbie, please.
toward me?
Yep, right there.
Okay.
Stay there. And rolling on it.
That's good.
It's bizarre. I think we look like brother and sister in that picture. It's really strange.
Same cheekbone.
I don't look like
All
her in
right,
reality.
and when I had it
Sure,
open,
yeah.